to Beyond the Diagnosis, the podcast where we go past the headlines, past the pink ribbons, and past the staying strong messages to the raw, unfiltered reality of what it means to live after cancer. My name is Belinda Wagner, your host, and if you ever felt like no one talks about the real aftermath of cancer, the loneliness, the fear, the exhaustion, the financial strain, and the identity shifts, then you're in the right place. This is not about sugarcoating survivorship, it's about telling the truth. Each episode, we'll hear from our survivors where we are still navigating life after treatment. Experts who can help us make sense of the emotional and the physical toll, and the raw, real-time reflections on the battles that don't end when treatment does. Because survivorship isn't just about resilience, it's about reckoning with what cancer took, what it changed, and how we can move forward in the face of it all. This is Beyond the Diagnosis. Let's start the conversation. Good morning and welcome to the next Living with Cancer series. Today we start a new series called Beyond the Diagnosis, the raw truth about cancer survivorship. I'm very, very lucky to have Tumi Ramasodi as part of our first episode. Thank you so much for joining us, Tumi, and I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about how raw and real cancer really is as a survivor. So please welcome, and won't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Belinda. Thank you for having me. My name is Tumi Ramasodi. I am a colon cancer survivor, patient advocate, and the regional director for Southern Africa for Global Colon Cancer Association. I'm happy to be here with you today to talk all things cancer and all things survivorship. Excellent.
So, Tumi, why don't you just give me a little intro as to your story and when were you diagnosed? A little background about your journey.
I was diagnosed in 2020 at the age of 45 after a long period of suffering from abdominal complications. I went through the works, your chemo, surgery first, and then chemo, and I'm now currently just on management.
Beautiful. Tumi, so this episode or this series is called The Aftermath That No One Talks About. And I want a conversation as from one survivor to another survivor as to what is it really like. So if I had to ask you and about your own journey and what you went through and working with other cancer patients, what do you think happens after the treatment? From a physical perspective, what happens? What do we go through? What have you experienced?
So, I often tell people when I speak about my journey that survivorship is not cute. And I know that everybody's rooting for you. You take these people through your journey. Your loved ones are concerned. People are scared. You are equally scared. I mean, you are going through all of these emotions, anxiety, uncertainty, and throughout your journey, because of course, as we go through the journey, we don't know what to expect, right? And then you get to survivorship, and then everyone is excited. You have survived this. You get all of these compliments. You are strong. You are a fighter. You have survived this. And the reality for you as the survivor is that this journey is even more complicated than anybody understands unless they've been in that journey themselves. And why I say this is because people assume when you say you are cancer free, it's all systems go, everything is back to normal, we are happy, we are celebrating. But in essence, for you, it's almost like it's the beginning of a different journey from what you've been through, of course, chemo and all, but now you're entering a new phase. But your life, the truth is that your life will never, ever be the same again. My life will never be the same again. I may be cancer-free, I am not free from cancer because I live with cancer every day of my life. So yeah.
Thank you. And to me, the other day when we had lunch, I love the conversation we were having. We spoke about, you know, that you almost feel bad when you put in a situation where people tell you, oh, you're so strong, you're so powerful, you've managed to do this, and it's like, yeah, but take me through that emotion. How do you feel when someone says, but Tumi, you survived?
Sometimes I cringe when people say I'm a fighter, when people say I am strong. And the irony, let me tell you a backstory. So at some point in my life, even before my diagnosis and everything else, I just adopted this warrior name, right? And so I started calling myself Tumi the warrior. I don't know why, but it was just from my lived life experiences. But I didn't know that cancer was coming, all right? And now that I've gone through this journey, it's almost like Tumi the warrior applies to the fact that I have survived cancer. Do you understand? And it kind of complicates things for me because I don't want to be called this fighter after this cancer journey, because the truth is that I did not sign up for this war. Soldiers go into war because they want to. I did not sign up for this. So it's not like I said, cancer, come to me. I'm this strong girl. I'll show you who I am. I will beat you. I will survive you. So you are a fighter. This title, you are so strong, you're a fighter, overwhelms me because I am not. I'm not strong. I'm not a fighter. And maybe for me, my fight is through God. And that's why I believe I have survived this journey, because God was on my side and God fought this battle for me, because I don't think I'm that strong, and I don't think I could have survived alone. So I feel like I don't want to own that title or to take that glory of being the fighter and being the winner and being this strong person, because I actually am not. I am not. I'm weak. My emotions are messed up. I live in fear daily. My body has changed. My body will never, ever be the same again. And it's something that you cannot explain to people, because now that the world sees this and they believe this about you, and because you don't want people to keep worrying, especially your loved ones, you kind of fall into that, yeah, I have survived. Yes, I am the strong girl. Yes, I have beat cancer. But in essence, I'm just protecting them, because I don't think they're ready to hear me every day tell them, this is how I feel, this is how I'm going through, because then I don't want to kind of take them back. But this is my journey. It belongs to me, and I'm going through it alone because nobody else can understand. I smile on the outside, but I go through so many body changes that, I will never forget. I will never, ever be the same after the cancer journey that I went through.
Thanks, Tumi. I think I really love what you say, because the one thing is, I resonate exactly how you feel. We joked around at lunch, and we spoke about how people send us cancer stories and cancer books of other people. We don't want to read that. We don't want it's not that we don't care about it, but it's really enough that we don't need to read someone else's story to motivate us. And I think that's a difficulty. When you first get diagnosed, it's so amazing to read stories about how other people survive. But once you've survived, it's not that you don't want to hear about it. You just don't want to go into the emotional part of it again.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah, because it takes so much out of you. And I know that people, they mean well, they mean well when they share these things, when they pass these remarks. Sometimes I laugh at the things that people say to us, But it's a lot. I work with other cancer patients, and for me, it's almost like what they're going through, their emotions, I take them as well. I go through those emotions with them. So that's something I cannot avoid, because this is the path that I chose. I said I wanted to do this, and I love being in this space. But sometimes people will say to you, so and so died from cancer. Ooh, you have survived. My aunt died, and my uncle's uncle died, and and then it's almost like, oh my God, okay. But then again, when it's someone, because in my space I interact with a lot of cancer patients, when it's someone that's close to my heart that eventually succumbs to this thing, I want to call it a thing because I don't know. But anyway, Belinda, it almost hits you because there's that survivor's guilt, because you're almost like, I survived, why not them? And then it takes you back. Did you really survive? It's almost like there's a noise that says, did you really survive? Do you think you are free from me? Do you think I'm gone? I am here. I am here. Then it starts taking you back, and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to look at life differently, because one of the things that I find after going through such a catastrophic situation is that you find a different way of looking at life and of living your life. I know as people, we say a lot about life is short, have fun, live in the moment kind of things. Yes, we love that. Life is short, we agree. But live in the moment. But my moment is different from somebody else's moment, because even in my living that moment, I am living with cancer, because cancer is always in my mind. I am cancer-free, but I'm not free from cancer. So yeah, man, it's an emotional roller coaster. Even in that, life is short. Live for now. Live your life. But there are certain things that I cannot do, that I'm mindful of, that I'm careful not to do, simply because I've been through this journey, and somebody else will live their life and do things because life is short. They need to live, but I know life is short, but I also cannot live to the fullest because I am careful now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tumi, this is a beautiful opportunity for you to just share a little bit about what is the work that you're doing in the cancer space, and how did you decide to get involved and dedicate your whole life to cancer?
So I work with colorectal cancer patients. The list is quite small because I started this off from the ground on my own. And when I was praying during my journey to God to save me, I remember bargaining with God and to say that if you save me, I'm going to make a difference in this space. If you save me, I'm going to make sure that no other colon cancer patient goes through their journey the way that I went through my journey. If you save me, I am going to help other patients. So it's almost like I'm in this space now to fulfill my promise to God and to fulfill my promise to self, because I have been in the NGO space for a long time. I love working with people. I love working with different communities. I was in a different area, but within the NGO space, and working directly with communities on the ground. But when I took on this, it was almost like it's a personal mission. It's my personal story. It's my personal mission to impact the CRC space in the country and hopefully beyond, in the world. But I think that in my journey, I felt that and I don't want this to be misunderstood, but I did feel like there was a gap of that softness that I felt like I required or I needed as a newly diagnosed patient in the beginning from my doctor, that I felt I didn't get, and I understand that doctors see a lot of us, doctors see a lot of patients. And at some point, I kept asking myself, Tumi, do you think you are special? Tumi, do you think because it's you, things need to happen different? And I also then got back to myself to say, no. I believe when you are faced with this diagnosis, it's different from any other. And yes, patients in this space require a different kind of approach in how they are handled, which I felt like I did not get a bit at the beginning. And so part of my work is really to help newly diagnosed patients to face their diagnosis and to walk this journey with them. There's nothing special that I do, but to help walk this journey with them and to eventually impact the cancer space within the country, to make CRC known and to kind of make things better for CRC patients, because I still feel like the country is not doing enough for colorectal cancer. And if I can be instrument to shaping things and moving things forward for the benefit of others that are coming after me, then I will have lived a purposeful life.
Thanks, Tumi. I mean, it's some really beautiful and meaningful words. And I think I love what you spoke about when you said that whole bargaining with God, because I think every one of us do that. We bargain. But also, if I think about what I'm trying to do with the Living with Cancer space is you feel an obligation to give back because of your own journey. You feel as though you want to make a difference because you understand that pain. And now you and I have entered, so mine is a little bit longer than yours. And, I was diagnosed 8 years ago. You were diagnosed 3 years ago. And
2020.
Yeah, 20. So, okay, so 4 years ago. So, the time is you've moved on from the going for the treatment and going through that stage. But it's the other part that I think we need to also remember, that you go through this. And I think most people don't know how to support someone that survived, because for them it's like, oh, you survived, you're a warrior. I love that warrior one I use as well. You're a warrior, you've gone through it, but it's not really what we want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that we want to hear? What do you want to hear?
How can I put this? Really, people want to be there for you and people want to say the right things. Maybe they just don't know what. But I think also maybe people shouldn't say a lot, but people should ask me how I feel and understand what I'm going through in this space. Because Belinda, the tiredness that comes with this, the body pains that come with this, I'm forever tired. And to always explain myself, it's almost like, we know but you are healed, you are fine, you should be fine now. So stop it, stop it. But because they don't understand, you sort of also don't say it anymore. But the fact is, we wake up every morning with body aches that I'm forever tired. It's a mission. And then sometimes, of course, just thinking about recurrence. I think most of us do think about recurrence. I have faith in God, but because I'm human, I sometimes do think about recurrence, you know? And I don't know. Maybe I don't know what, maybe I also don't know what I want people to say, but, just ask us how we feel. How are you feeling? How are things now? How are you feeling in this space? Because honestly, I'm trying to think right now, but I don't really have the exact words to say. I wish people could say this, because I don't think there's anything that they can say to change my mindset, to change what I know. I know what I know now because I've gone through what I've gone through, and I'm feeling the feels. So I honestly don't know what they should say, but I think just, how are you feeling? Where are you now?
So
What do
maybe
you need?
So maybe it's what they should not say that we could give some guidance on. For example, something like, at least it's over.
Yeah.
Those are the things you don't want to hear.
Yeah, I think that's the direction we should take, actually. Things they shouldn't say. Yeah.
So what shouldn't they say, do you think?
So let me tell you a story. I sat with a group of friends the other day, and this one friend said to me, you've kept your weight off, something of that sort. I cannot remember the exact words, And then I felt like I should explain, and I said, oh, well, yeah, because before my diagnosis, I was slightly bigger than what I am now. And I said, yeah, I eat different from what I used to, like very different. My diet is I eat different. And I just love this space anyway, where my body is right now. I'm happy with my body. And then she looked at me in the eyes and she said, yeah, it helped you. So cancer helped me. I was so shocked in that moment that I didn't say anything. And I thought about it afterwards. I shared with other people to say, I didn't even know, do I want to dish out cancers? Should I just be dishing out cancers to people to lose weight? Because cancer helped me. So, yeah. And don't tell us who died. And another thing, I'll tell you this other story. Someone once told me, when I was in my treatment journey, that someone they know went through cancer and everything. And then this person, one time they just got sick. They were rushed to hospital, and then they were told that this person was overeating. So they heard that their intestines burst open, right? That's the story. And I was still in chemo at that point, and I think that stayed with me so long that I felt like it's changing my relationship with food. I had to bring myself to this level of loving the food that I eat, understanding what my body requires, and enjoying this space because I am so well nourished. I love my weight now. I love the food that I eat. I enjoy the food that I eat and the way that I eat. It's not now even about cancer anymore. But I just love this new lifestyle that I'm on. And anyway, the world is shifting. We should all be mindful and careful of what we put in our bodies, And sometimes when I speak to God, we say, my body is your temple, and just look at how good I'm looking after this temple of yours, because I love what I'm doing with my diet and my lifestyle and my relationship with food now. But yeah, people should just not say these things, man. And sometimes for me, because I was a bit chubbier before, people that haven't seen me or that don't know my story now, when they see me, the first thing they comment about is my weight. So then I have to explain, oh, this happened and it's tiring sometimes, but I guess I'll take it with me forever. But people should just be careful. Don't tell us so and so died. Don't share cancer movies with us. Yeah. What else do you think? Tell me what you don't want people to say.
Oh, I think it's pretty much the same. As I said to you, I think it's not that I'm not interested in other people's stories. I'm just not going to sit and read about someone's hardship, because I think the part that is difficult is that you don't want to relive the journey emotionally every single time. So
Okay.
I think, and I'd love to hear from your perspective, if I look at my life and I think, okay, so when I go out somewhere, I always only drink bottled water. So they'll think, oh, she's a princess, you can't just have tap water, but they don't understand.
Oh, yes.
They don't understand that it's actually everything you do is in the back of your mind. Your immune system, how you eat, what you exercise, everything is a repeat. So it's a constant. It's a constant. So for me, it's even though the journey is over, it's never over.
It's never over. I agree. It's never over.
So Tumi, tell me a little bit about your life now. When you live your life, someone said to me, a friend of mine said to me, Belinda, you live like you're dying. And I don't know if it's true or if it's not, but I do know that when I live. So when I drive, I do drive a little bit fast, and I do take risks, and not everything bothers me as much as it used to. And I do break a couple of rules, and I have more zest than I think I did before. But what it did do for me is it made me reconnect with me at a deeper level than I had ever before.
Yeah, so, it's sort of a rebirth of some sort, right? Yes. Some level of growth.
Yes, so tell me a little bit about that rebirth, and how are you living your life now, now that you've been reborn?
Like I said, it's almost like a certain level of growth. And the thing, and I really do think that even at that comment at that table that said it really helped you, it's maybe not, now that I think about it, maybe not necessarily my weight only, but just my whole outlook to life and how I do things and how I view life. I am more intentional with myself and my time. My mission is to really live a purposeful life. I can live, but I want to always see if I make a positive impact in every space and every kind of thing that I am part of. I take risks, yes, and it's my mission to be happy every day. And I think I'm also more understanding of people and their situations. And and because also that like we were talking earlier, that we may be smiling, we live every day, people see you up and down every day, but in your heart, you know that you are going through emotions sometimes and your body is not really your body anymore. So I kind of understand that each of us as people is going through stuff that we may not know about, because here are people looking at me and giving me all of these praises, and they don't really know what I'm going through. So I understand that it is like that with each and every one of us as people, and that we should be more kinder, because that's what I would expect, or that's what I want for myself right now, you know, so I exercise that to the world.
Tumi, I love what you say about purpose, because people say, oh, Belinda, you're so passionate about living with cancer. And it's not that we're passionate about it, it's that we believe that that's our purpose. So there's a
Yes.
big difference between living your purpose and living your passion. So talk to me a little bit about what is your passion for life outside the world of cancer?
What is my passion for life, Belinda? So my name, Tumi, comes from, my full name is Buitumelo. Buitumelo means happiness and joy. And my middle name is chrysanthemum, the flower. So I just give love, and I want to give this brightness and love to the world. That's just who I am. I don't know if it makes sense.
To me, you are the most gorgeous, beautiful flower. And I was so, it's really been my honor to connect with you. And I'm so excited about the journey that living with cancer is going to take with CRC. I love the fact that we're one of your members and we can do stuff together. And you really are a beautiful, beautiful flower that is blooming and shining and has energy and bright. And when I'm from the very first time I met you, I could just feel your energy. I'm super excited with the stuff that we're going to do together. Thank you for getting raw and real with me, and opening up and being honest. I really think that we need to do more of these, and we need to have more real conversations and not be afraid. And not be afraid to say what it's really like as a survivor, and how you, as living beyond the cancer diagnosis, what that's like. I think it's really important that we do more of that. So thank you for your time, and just ask any last words that you'd like to share, words of wisdom, or anything you'd like to share to the listeners.
Thank you, Belinda, for having me. It was fun, and I know that we started when we had lunch the other day, and we thought we'll continue this conversation, and it's been fun. And it's the real side of cancer. And in my parting, it's to encourage people to get screened for CRC on time. I think I'll take this opportunity on your time, Belinda, to just say to my people, let's get screened. Colon cancer is preventable and treatable, and just advocate for your health and be aware. Yes, that's it from me.
Thank you. Thank you for all that. Beautiful day.
Thank you, Belinda.